evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Gaming Saloon E3 Special Day Zero for June 1st, 2012, with your host, Facemaker2448 and King Thomas92.
Hooray! E3!
And I find it funny Randy Orton's in the SmackDown opening package, even though he just got suspended for 60 days for violation of the wellness policy. Bravo, Randy, you dumbass motherfucker. And technically, this is his third suspension, but since he doesn't have a third wellness policy violation, they can't fire him.
Wow.
If he violates the wellness policy again, they will have to fire him.
Huh.
That is pretty much it. If you violate the wellness policy 3 times, which means you be doing drugs you ain't supposed to be doing, or any other shit like that, your ass is fired. Don't get benzo butts. We'll send you to rehab, but your ass is still fired. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our pre-E3 show, essentially. But before we get into E3 stuff, we gotta cover what the hell's happened in the past 2 weeks. And we've had quite a few things happen these past few weeks.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we're gonna get reacquainted with our old friends over at Bungie as we get details on the contract that they have with Activision.
For what's this? An MMO style shooter?
The MMO style shooter, 4 titles, all in a series codenamed Destiny. And we're looking somewhere around 2013 for our for the game's release. Then 2015, 2017, 2019. From then on.
Which, I just noticed something and I skimmed down to where you saw the years for the others. Do you see right there after it, they're calling them expansions.
Yeah, expansions for the other years. Expansions titled Comet come in 2014, 2016, 2018, and 2020.
So, essentially they're going to kind of do like a World of Warcraft kind of thing. Have an original game and then have a expansion to more or less just be an add-on for it.
Probably something to kind of fill the gap. Major content to be that year to kind of bridge the gap between the two, then get the next game, bridge content, next game, bridge content, next game, bridge content in the series.
Or break off into another set of series, but
yeah,
that's still almost 10 years down the road.
And something kind of stupid, Bungie will also receive a $2.5 million payout if the first game in the series hits an average of over 90 on GameRankings.com.
Huh.
Stupid concept, if you ask me. Why aren't you basing this off the amount of copies they sell?
Okay, do you want to know why on that one? Everyone knows Bungie for Halo. You not realize how many pre-orders there'll be off of that? All they've got to do is throw a decent-looking game out, and people will buy it.
But it seems to make more sense to me to be like, oh, okay, if you sell X amount of copies of this game, well, okay, we'll give you a $2.5 million bonus on top of whatever money you earned off that one.
But you see where I'm going, though. People are going to see Bungie made it, and they're going to be like, I'm pre-ordering it. Don't matter if they've seen a lick of gameplay or anything from it. They're going to pre-order it.
I will give Bungie credit for this quote on this little contract leak. Well, that just happened. So, yeah, while we're not ready to show you what we've been working on, we can reconfirm that we are hard at work on our new universe. We can't wait for you to see it. See you Starside in 2013. They're like, oh yeah, that happened. We got nothing to show you, so see you in 2013 when we actually have something.
Oops.
I don't think Bungie even cares. They're like, oh, the contract with Activision got leaked. Oh. Well, y'all know when our stuff's coming out. No point in us hiding that.
But looky here, and I'm sure people that were on the Bungie site frequently would realize that paragraph right there to be somewhat true. PS3. They're going to branch into multi-console, which is probably the only reason they're partnered with Activision.
Yeah, and Insomniac's even doing that these days with, crap, what was it shown last year? I cannot remember the name of that four-player co-op that they showed off at EA's press conference. But that's going to be multi-platform.
But you know, the only thing that I've got a question about as far as MMOs go is how is that going to be able to use the system resources correctly? Especially when you're getting even more fine-tuned and saying it's an MMO shooter.
It's not the first MMO shooter I've heard about. I cannot remember what the free-to-play one is. But that's a first-person MMO shooter.
But okay.
Essentially.
Is it on a console?
Computer.
Exactly. PC gaming and console gaming, there's still a good bit of a difference between the two. Not as much as there used to be, but there still is.
This is probably why they're also like, we got nothing to show for you because we're kind of still working on the tech under the hood.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that seems like maybe that's going to be one of those temperamental things that they might still not really be ready for next E3.
Yeah.
It just depends on how far they've gotten. Which, I mean, seeing as how the contract was signed 2 years ago, surely they're pretty close to it.
Yeah. But moving on from there, we got 2 more delays because people kind of shit their pants and like, oh wait, we can't make that deadline. One's worse than the other, but we're going to talk about the better one first. The new Devil May Cry game has been delayed to 2013, January 15th, 2013 to be more precise, with a PC version later that year.
So they're just barely gonna miss the Christmas rush.
Right. But they're still going to get the after Christmas rush because it's January and people will be like, return packages that were complete crap and get money so you can get Devil May Cry. But of course, I've talked to a couple, at least one person who's a hardcore Devil May Cry fan about this game, and it's slower than previous Devil May Cries.
Huh.
Which is a bad thing.
Yeah, I noticed. Because that's the big thing with Devil May Cry. It's kind of a fast-paced, in-your-face game.
And it's... I never really noticed until he got videos of, I believe it was 2 in this new Devil May Cry game, showed them to me one after the other, and I really saw the difference then. So I'm like, wow, wow. That is a stark difference between the two.
Huh.
It's a little bit of deal breaker for him. I've never played a Devil May Cry, so I don't know. I'll have to wait and see on that one. Now, the worst one. There's this little game that got shown last year's E3 that I believe won reviewer by the name of Spoonie screamed out loud at the E3 lobby in betrayal of, and that is XCOM Enemy Unknown, first-person strategy-like game that's coming out on 360 and PS3 is being delayed.
Again, apparently.
Oh, actually, not XCOM Enemy Unknown. That's the original. This is just XCOM. Enemy Unknown is a completely different game. The XCOM game that was shown at the previous E3, that's being delayed not just past 2013. We're talking fiscal year 2014, which equates to April 1st, 2013 to March 31st, 2014. So somewhere in that time period, we're going to get this game. Maybe.
Wow. Unless they decide... Ah, shit. My bad, guys. I should have closed that. Okay.
Hi,
My bad. I should have closed that. I knew it popped up in that side of the screen. I should have closed that.
I will say that kind of sucks because I was kind of interested in this game, and to see this get pushed back further than anything we've seen yet.
Uh-oh.
Sucks. You seen anything from this new XCOM game?
No.
It looks kind of interesting. Think MIB only back in the day, like, I think it's the 60s. Yeah, they're kind of like the MIB to equate to something a little bit more mainstream. Only they don't give a damn about aliens. They're like, you invading bastards, die. Boo, boo, boo. They're transit authority essentially. These guys don't fuck around when it comes to aliens.
Huh.
Hopefully we'll see something from XCOM at this year's E3.
Doubt it, seeing as how it's not going to come out till next year.
Yeah, and it's coming from Take-Two, I believe.
Yep.
And they are like, wait, E3? We're not going to be at E3. We're busy trying to not go upside down. I believe that article mentioned they were kind of in a little bit of financial trouble. All right on that one, or did I read it wrong?
I don't know, honestly.
Anyway, moving on from there, we got two new Halo 4 articles to talk about. The first one being we got two gorgeous-looking concept shots from Premium Themes off Xbox Live. I will say the second one is my favorite. You can find that one on the second screen, hyperlinked.
Oh. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that first one, it does look good. For what looks like kind of a Cloud City looking place, only it's upside down. Kind of.
A vast virus database has been
Except
updated.
it's not, because those mountains are right side up. But that second one, God, that looks gorgeous. When I'm looking at it, I keep thinking it's like some type of ship hub.
They said it looks like a engineering room.
Yeah.
I could kind of see that, actually.
Wherever it just looks gorgeous. I love all the reflecting work and all the texture work they did on the metal.
Yeah.
That's a pain in the ass to do, but it works. Just couple little concept shots to give us an idea of what can we expect for Halo 4.
And what 343 is planning on doing with the Halo franchise.
But the more important article we have pre-order bonuses for Halo 4. What you're gonna get, and who you need to go to get those things.
Bum, bum,
Now,
bum.
90% of these are armor sets and skins for either armor or weapons. There's a couple for emblems, but we're just gonna go down the row and look at these. First up for the armors, if you get a Best Buy and Mighty Ape, you can get the Raptor skin in, I believe it was Venator armor. It's really got the Best Buy colors,
Yeah.
if anything. Although there's something about this Halo 4 armor that really doesn't get me.
Let me try to bring that one up just a bit more.
You can just click on it. That'll get it nice and full screen.
Yeah, I see what you're meaning.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't really scream Raptor, if you ask me.
No.
And got a little bit of a Dead Space homage in the helmet.
God bless it.
What you do?
I keep highlighting over something on the bottom because my mouse keeps sliding down every time I move it. I don't know.
There's one thing I have to point out on this armor that I found out when I was looking through these images before the show. Look at that back part and look at that one plate on where it's positioned.
That one there?
Let me see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 343's gotta explain something to me for my own curiosity. You have a plate that essentially covers your ass. That is an ass plate. It is an ass plate. I'm not trying to make a joke. I'm pointing out the obvious. It's an ass plate.
Hey.
You have an ass plate.
Hey. They're just trying to make sure your ass don't get lit up when you're running away.
You have an ass plate, but you have no balls plate. You have no plate covering a man's junk. What the hell?
Well,
Who honestly believes your ass is more valuable than your freaking personal area?
apparently people that like saving their asses.
What the fuck? And this is the only armor. If we go to the next armor, which is the armor you get from indie games and GameStop, the Hazop armor with Forest skin. Look, ass plate again. It's bigger. It's a
Big
bigger
ass plate.
And look, no crotch plate. Still no crotch plate. I am so annoyed by this.
Okay, they took the plate away from Chief. Do you honestly think they're going to give it to you in multiplayer?
Maybe. Also, I will say with this armor, this isn't Forest skin. This is red and white skin.
Yeah.
You can't even call this a fall skin. Fall's not red and white. It's multiple colors.
Unless there's... Well, no. Never mind. I was going to try to defend them there, but no, there's no fucking way that you can defend them.
Yeah, it's Sin Cara's colors right now on SmackDown, as I have that in the background, because I don't want to be distracted by Fairly Legal.
I don't see where they figure that's forest armor. Well, forest skin, anyhow.
Yeah. Next one you can get from pre-ordering Amazon, and that is the CIO armor in web skin.
Ooh.
Kind of Splinter Cell-ish in the helmet.
I kind of like that one.
And I don't just mean
But there again,
position. It's got the exact color.
but there again, look. Ass plate. I'm going to end up pointing that out every time now.
I can understand the little bit of armor they have right there coming
Yeah.
But why do you need that big of a motherfucking ass plate? Or why do you have that and
You know
no
what?
crotch plate?
You
What
know
the
what
fuck?
I just thought about? That one's even bigger than the past two.
God, good fuck.
uh,
Now, I think they need to make a deal with Target on this one because this is perfect for them. But you
oh
get
God.
this one from Microsoft Store and Mighty Ape again, and that is the Gungnir armor and pulse skin. Why the fuck isn't this a Target pre-order?
I don't know,
There
but
are
that
no
would be
Target pre-orders
perfect.
on this list. This is perfect for them. It's their colors and even their logo to an extent, except it's bullseye. I don't know why you'd have a bullseye skin in a battle.
To point out where you need to shoot to kill yourself. You shoot
Because
right there in the chest, you're dead. You shoot right there in the head, you're dead.
and the bullseye on the head is like probably like dead on for right between the eyes.
Yeah, it's like perfect. Could you imagine going into theater or something like that, watching a video and seeing a headshot go right dead center of that?
It'd be perfect.
That would be one of those you would want to be recording, and you would want to be just like bullseye.
Now this next one is probably my favorite out of the whole bunch because I like the color match and I kind of like the armor set. Kind of. It's the Oceanic armor plus the Circuit skin. Okay, this works. Okay, it looks kind of Oceanic. And Circuit, okay, I can buy light blue and white being Circuit.
The only part about this armor that I don't exactly like is the helmet.
Yeah, a little bit. It'd look better if they, like, cut out those pieces covering up the visor.
Yeah, turned it
Maybe
into
like
more
did.
like a pilot helmet instead.
Yeah. If you just took out those 4 bars and you did something a little bit more with it. But I think they're trying to go for an old school diver's helmet.
Really? What the crap?
What did you? I am ass.
Wow. Okay. I am no longer going to be doing this on the right side of my screen. Everything pops up in the lower right side of my screen.
It could be worse. Avast could tell you its virus database has been updated.
Oh, it done did that, and I'm sure everyone done heard that.
Why does no one turn silent mode on?
They took it out. Every time I've installed it, I cut it off. I couldn't find it this time. I don't know where they moved it.
Alright, next two are helmet skins, and again, Mighty Ape. For a website that's getting 2 armor sets and a helmet, I have never heard of this website.
Yeah,
or this
no.
store chain.
Yeah, no, me
Who is
neither.
Mighty Ape? We've got the Locust.
I'm not even going to pull it up. I mean, that one's big enough for you to say.
Kinda evil on that front shot, because I could really see that as some type of demon head.
Yeah.
Because you got the teeth right there, because those look like teeth. You got a little bit of those eyes right there, or like right there to a little bit left and right, going up of the teeth, or left and right of the main helmet at the X. And you got the head. It works perfect as that.
Oh, yeah.
Again, that's my one problem with the Tail of Armor. It looks too menacing to be good guys. Then, of course, we have the Deadeye helmet coming from Play.com if you pre-order from there. Again, bullseye again?
Yep.
Another bullseye, another one, like, right in between the eyes.
Of course.
And we also got a little bit of bullseye in the back of the head, too.
You got to make sure that everyone knows exactly where to aim.
Now we got a couple of weapon skins. We've got an Arctic skin for the battle rifle if you pre-order from EB Games in Canada.
Ooh, so that's how they're doing it. They're literally going Gears of War as far as that goes.
That's cool.
I like that idea.
As long as we don't get any fucking gold, silver, platinum.
Seriously.
Because that shit's stupid.
That's just a big... You might as well have a big arrow pointing above your head saying, I'm right here.
Hey guys, look! I go play my gun! I go play my gun, son! Wait, why is there a laser pointer on my... Then we have an unknown skin, even though it looks like the Arctic skin for Game and Game Station.
Yeah, you noticed that too.
I swear that's the same...
That's the same skin.
No, that's just the same skin. That's the same picture from the one up top. Yeah, you know, the little one that looks
Oh
like...
yeah, it sure
It's
is.
the same picture.
All they did was crop the armor in behind it. That is the only thing they did.
And finally, we have badges you can pre-order, apparently. Yeah.
Oh, that's what they're calling the emblems.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the Spartan helmet if you pre-order from Amazon. The Bulletproof, which I kind of like, coming from Amazon. A nice sniper emblem. The Assassin emblem, again, from Mighty Ape. The Bone Breaker from Mighty... I guess if you pre-order from Mighty Ape, you get the best deal for a pre-order.
It's looking like that.
Because you got those two emblems, you got...
You got a helmet set.
And you get two different armors and skins.
Dang.
You get the Best Buy and the Target skins, but you get two skins and two armors with that. And finally, we have an unknown one that we don't know where it's going to be pre-ordered from, but it's the Mjolnir armor. Mjolnir helmet.
You know, I'm kind of wondering if maybe they haven't said anything because that might be a everyone gets it if they pre-order it kind of thing.
Maybe. Just a flat pre-order across all places.
Yeah, because I noticed that with Anniversary, the pre-orders were pretty much the same. It was whatever the stores were giving extra with it. It wasn't a case of like, you go here, you get this pre-order bonus, you go here, you get that one. It was just kind of flat across the board there.
But moving on from Halo 4 pre-order bonuses to a...
I'm not closing this tab.
To a whoopsie by EA, we have pretty much confirmed that we're getting a Need for Speed Most Wanted remake.
I didn't do that.
Because EA forgot to cover up their Twitch schedule.
Whoops.
Yeah, they forgot to put it as a to-be-announced game. So when EA's press conference comes around, we see Need for Speed Most Wanted. Guess who's not going to be surprised? You can't see me, but I'm raising my hand right now. Your thoughts on this one?
I've kind of been out of touch with Need for Speed for a while. So I don't know.
It might be developed by Criterion, which is the guys who did Burnout, so I'm excited. Because I love Burnout. And why don't we have a new Burnout game that's not that stupid arcade one?
Well, if this is the same group that did that, then that could explain it.
But the thing is, Need for Speed's not as arcadey as Burnout is. Burnout, you go 200 miles an hour to a wall and you still live until somebody wrecks and checks you into the wall. Then you've wrecked spectacularly into 1,000 pieces. I don't quite expect that from Need for Speed. I love how they're like, oh, maybe they're showing off the Game Boy Advance port of the original or something. We're going to go ahead and assume that is the case since we don't live in a Far Side cartoon. Okay, I will admit it'd be funny if they were trolling everyone on the internet and be like, we're going to show off Need for Speed Most Wanted for the Game Boy Advance.
That would be funny.
I'll admit, I'll give the boys at EA credit for that one. Good job.
Yeah, but we all know better than that.
Moving on from there, we have confirmed that Quantic Dream's next game is to be featured in Sony's E3 conference. I am kind of excited for this because I kind of liked Heavy Rain. It's just something different from the usual game. You didn't play Heavy Rain because you don't have a PlayStation, right?
Right.
It'd be kind of interesting to see what Quantic Dream's got working right now. They also got down here the video of the tech demo they did. I can't remember when they did it. Oh, GDC. Which was really cool for a new engine.
We playing or no?
No.
Okay.
But moving on from that little quick article to something that ties into what's on my TV right now. We got our first details of WWE 13. Now, I'm going to be frank. It is kind of stupid to have a video game for a show that is essentially fake.
Yeah.
But it puts itself off as a sport.
Which I don't understand how it's considered a sport when they're all just acting.
Well, it's sports entertainment. There is athleticism in it, but the outcomes are known long before the matches started.
Yep.
But we have our first details. CM Punk is on the cover, which I'm happy about, because anytime CM Punk gets the freaking star cover over anyone who's kind of been top dogs of WWE for a while now is good. Because screw John Cena. No offense, screw John Cena. Where are the details? Okay, this is where it starts. There will be an Attitude Era story mode in this one. Which, for those of you who don't know your wrestling, if you liked The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Edge, Christian, the Dudleys, the Hardys, any of those guys that you really like, they kind of got born out of this era. So that's why you should be excited. Because not only are you going to be able to recreate moments of the Attitude Era, like throwing Mankind off the top of a Hell in a Cell as Undertaker. And yes, that actually happened. And yes, he actually took that fall onto an announce table. And yes, Mick Foley is that goddamn crazy. The man got a tooth shoved up his nose in a match. We don't know how it happened. His He's missing half an ear because of a match. Dude's fucking insane. But you'll be able to recreate moments in... I believe be able to relive, actually create your own moments in this era as well. There'll be the brand new story mode, taking out Road to WrestleMania, which apparently sucked incredibly last year. Which, if it's anything like the previous story modes, where truly your outcomes don't really matter sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Further new technology, 2.0 technology, new animations, transitions, modified controls will return to deliver fluid WWE action. WWE Universe will be dynamically introduced matches, alliance rivals, and unpredictable moments based on player decisions along the path towards becoming a WWE champion. Brand new creation stuff. Same type of stuff that we've had in previous WWEs when it comes to arenas, finishing moves, storylines, highlight reels, and all that stuff. Listed off some names on the roster. CM Punk, Stone Cold, Sheamus, Taker, Mankind, Jericho, Big Show, and Mark Henry are all the confirmed names on the roster. Now, one thing I want to point out from past experiences with WWE. Do not be surprised by the time this game comes out that somebody on that roster gets fired. Trust me, that when it comes to WWE products, there's one thing I like to do. I like to time date that product depending on who's on the roster at the point. Because it's kind of fun for me to do, to be like, oh yeah, this puts it around that time period because, that guy's around. Also, I'm pretty sure if I brought up the roster for WWE 12, I could probably find out at least 5 guys who are not on their current roster because they've been fired, let go of, or just left of their own accord. At least 5. W13 will be released October 30th in the US with a November 2nd UK release. Plenty of time to go, especially when it comes to summer, because people like to let you let go in the summer.
Yeah.
What really sucks is somehow CM Punk gets fired, and it's like, wait. He's the cover of W13 and he's not with the company anymore.
Damn it.
It's gonna get awkward, won't it? Moving on from there, you'll probably have to pause this one since this is a video. We've got...
It's already been paused.
Okay. We've got the official trailer for the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim's first big piece of DLC, Dawn Guard.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright, play this in the background, just talk over it, because there's everything to talk about in this stuff. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Pretty much, I think this has been rumored. This title for DLC has been rumored for like 3 months now, if I'm right. I mean, there's even a rumor about the second piece of DLC that's going to come out.
Is it to be one of us?
What I've gathered from this, and what I've also gathered from IGN's Rewind Theater on this one, you can either be a part of these vampire guys and get to become a monstrous vampire, or you can join the Dawn Guard, which we're seeing right now, and play vampires.
They think they can stop us.
And we got crossbows. Get crossbows in the game for the first time, which is kind of cool. And you're gonna wait on the moment to come up at some point. Yes, mounted combat, which is, I believe, gonna be implemented in a patch real soon.
Huh.
The Elder Scrolls will be mine.
But everyone here also brought up one thing is, what if your character's already werewolf? What happens if you get to choose the vampire side and become a vampire? I immediately went, well, you take the underworld path and you become a crossbreed. Kind of. Although I don't know if Bethesda's gonna be like, you know what, needs to take a page out of that movie series. Be like, vampire, werewolf, we combine them into one to become something else. I'm kind of excited for this. What do you think?
It looks like it's got potential.
Wait a minute, what?
I've not played the game. I don't know.
No, not you. Hang on. Wait, what? Hang on. I'm gonna connect you to this, is because this just popped up conveniently.
Okay.
Because this relates to Dawn Guard, and I'm confuzzled by this. Hang on, my TeamSpeak has to stop being stupid.
Oh boy.
There you go. This just literally just came across my Twitter. Title kind of says it all.
Wait. What?
Exactly. It's exactly what it says. You can sign up on Elder Scrolls website, starting questions about your playtime and character history, and you can possibly be entered into a beta for this coming DLC and be able to playtest it.
Huh.
I'm confused because I'm like, wait, this isn't multiplayer. Why is there what the fuck? I've never heard of a company doing this.
Why do they need people to test a single player DLC?
Do you know Bethesda's history of glitches in their games?
Good point.
I understand it considering Bethesda's history with glitches. So I'm completely okay with this, but I still think it's both weird and cool at the same time.
Well.
So, head over to the Elder Scrolls website and sign up for the Dawn Guard beta to get a free Dawn Guard code and play test the game for them. I never thought I'd read that.
Pardon me for a second while I'm trying to close tabs. Okay. I figured for sure it'd screw up and I'd have another incident like I usually do.
Moving on from there, we've got a brand new game to celebrate the 10th anniversary of a franchise I love, and that is Ratchet & Clank. We've got a brand new title coming to celebrate the 10th anniversary. Ratchet & Clank. Not Q-Force, because that's the European title. Q-Force is the... God damn it. They don't have the American title, and I can't remember the American title. But Q-Force is... I believe it's Ratchet & Clank in Your Face. Or something along that lines. I know that's not the title in America. Because I remember the email from Insomniac about that. But I'm kind of excited for this, because the brand new Ratchet & Clank games makes me excited. What about you?
I never really played Ratchet & Clank, so I don't know.
I will say, it's always cool to see them pretty much showcase their wacky weaponry like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 missile launcher thing, whatever that does. 8 missiles on the front. Oh, that is it a rocket shotgun? Please tell me it's a rocket shotgun because they haven't done a rocket shotgun.
It's something because you can tell there's some kind of a gun in the middle of it.
In the middle of 8 rockets strapped onto this circular piece of metal.
So, it's something big.
Moving on from there onto something I got an update on earlier today, and that is the next Gears of War game. Pretty much Game Informer will have a full story after E3, but they dropped this yesterday with a reveal coming next Monday at Microsoft's press conference. And when they say next Monday, they mean today, because we got a full reveal, and coincidentally enough, there's a link right next to it in the breaking news. This new Gears of War title will be Gears of War Judgment. Yeah, right. And you go to the right of the article.
Right there.
No. Wait. Yeah. Right there. It will be Gears of War Judgment, and will apparently star Cole, Train, and Baird. And apparently will be a prequel. I was half right on this before this came out. I was thinking it was going to be a prequel, but I thought it was going to be about Marcus and why the fuck he ended up in jail in Gears of War 1. Although that story's kind of been explored already in book form, or in comic book form. Can't remember which form it was, but that's kind of been explored on why he was in jail.
And this is just the beginning.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get more at Microsoft's E3 press conference. So another title for you at E3's press conference.
And to be even bigger, I believe that is now up to what, 3 that'll probably be pretty huge at Microsoft's E3.
Halo, Gears, and Call of Duty.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it'll probably be in that order of popularity too. Because people are starting to kind of drift away from Call of Duty, I've noticed.
Well, it doesn't help that it looks like the same bloody game for like the past
Exactly.
years.
Exactly.
And they're like, we don't need to update the engine. Oh, bullshit.
Really. That's sad when Reach looks like it's better than any Call of Duty. And let's face it.
I get from straight from the top on from I believe it Treyarch. Somebody from the top of Treyarch's like, we don't need to fully update the engine. All we gotta do is make tweaks here and there. We don't need to do that. Bullshit.
Wow.
Bullshit. We gotta update the engine eventually.
Yeah. Let's face it. Let's face it here. Halo Reach was running decent when Bungie had it. Since 343's gotten it, they've done tweaks, use air quotes there, and have turned it into where it's a complete noob fest. Apparently tweaks aren't the way to go.
Anything you can think of that we can expect from Gears of War Judgment? Outside of, we have the over-eccentric Cold in the glass half empty Baird starring this, so that should be all sorts of fun.
I'm almost kind of wondering why the cover images are depicting them as
Prisoners of the Cog.
prisoners. Kind of makes you wonder there.
It's like, wait a minute, okay, we know Marcus fucked up and got arrested. And kind of got thrown in jail. Why the fuck would Cole and Baird get arrested and get thrown in jail at some point?
The only thing I could think of as far as Cole goes would be that he kind of lost himself in a moment and made a big screw up. But I don't know. That would kind of be one of those questionable things there.
I think with Baird, it'd be comedic. It's like, okay, maybe he spat on the general's boots or insulted him.
Which would completely fit with his personality.
Yeah. The only thing I think of is like, okay, Baird pissed off somebody at the top. Okay, that's why he's arrested. Cole, I don't know. And moving on from there, we have got another tease. Only this one, I'm only confused about because I didn't know this was a series of games plus a franchise title. Shin Megami Tensei 4 has been teased for the 3DS. Okay, I play the Persona games. I did not know Shin Megami Tensei itself was a series of games. I thought that was just the name of the franchise. I'm intrigued by this. I'm not really interested in anything in the SMT franchise outside the Persona stuff, like Persona 4 Golden. But I'm not gonna drop all that money on a Vita just for that because I'm not stupid. You interested in this at all?
Gets back to I've not really seen anything from it, so
Except for this image that says nothing.
yeah.
I think there's a city in the background. Oh, I need to view the image, you asshole. Yeah. See a city in the background, some dude and somebody else sitting down on a cliff, a picture of the city, fog, and some black smoke, and that's it. And the city looks akin to British architecture, a little bit. It looks like a British city, a little bit. And that's all I got off that image. I'm interested in see what this is. Maybe we'll get some more info at E3. But speaking of E3, we've got a brand new DC fighting game. And I can hear the boos already. Because the last time those words were used in the same sentence, we got Mortal Kombat versus DC. And that kind of didn't end well. Yeah. It's kind of not Mortal Kombat when somebody's not getting ripped to pieces. But we got our first trailer look at, I believe it's Injustice Gods Among Us. And let's get this trailer up and running eventually.
Shit, that just startled the fuck out of me. Okay, I guess I'm ready. Jeez.
I gotta get through 10 more seconds of an ad. 9, 8, 7, 6.
That was loud.
2, 1.
I swear if we had video, you would have saw me jump. I swear to God, I would have jumped.
What'd it do?
It was full blast in my headset.
Oh.
And I was not expecting it. I was waiting on an ad.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, go. Now again, there's not much of this trailer. At least information-wise, we can kind of talk over this. And it's gonna come up here real quick. Yes, it's being made by the same people who did the Mortal Kombat game not too long ago.
Huh.
And yes, they have acknowledge that. They can't have Batman be decapitated, and that's kind of a quote. There's one kind of weird thing in this trailer that you and I've kind of picked up on. You may pick up on. Everyone is really armored up in this game.
Yeah.
Kind of like how they were in the opening cinematic for DCUO. I think if we can get a clear shot at Flash at some point, you can really see it. But Batman looks kind of like his Dark
Whoa,
Knight
I
self.
saw what you were meaning about Flash there.
Yeah, he kind of looked like that armored up version from DCUO at the beginning. Now we got Solomon Grundy of all people to be a villain. Even Superman looks armored up, and I don't know why Superman would wear armored. But right now we got Batman, Flash, Solomon Grundy, Superman, Harley Quinn. I believe that's everyone. And Wonder Woman confirmed as as the roster right now. And backing up a little bit.
To where?
Oh, I'm just backing it up myself so I can get the information. And god damn it, 30-second ad again. There's something kind of telling right there. Of where we may see it at a press conference, kind of weirdly, there was a Wii U icon there.
Really? There was?
Yes, if this trailer will hurry up.
Yeah, there was. Huh.
Let me play it here for a little bit, and yeah, 360, Xbox Live, PS3 to PlayStation Network, and the Wii U icon is there, so this is a Wii U title. Strangely enough.
Wow. So this is going to be one of the first games that Nintendo's going to be able to have their pad work on. Still don't understand why you got to have a freaking pad. That is not a controller. I will not call it a controller.
It's a tablet. It's not a pad, that's a tablet at this point.
I refuse to call that thing a controller. That is not a controller.
But it has buttons and shoulder pads.
I don't give a darn what it has. That is not a controller. Controllers don't have screens. God, I miss the days when Nintendo actually had a brain.
We also got a separate article came out and had some screenshots which all looked like stuff from the trailer. Same kind of stuff. Not much to go off there. One interesting thing from this trailer. We had an appearance by Lex Luthor, but no Lex Luthor confirmed.
Huh.
We had Flash, we had Grundy, we had Harley Quinn, we had Batman, we had Wonder Woman, all confirmed as characters because we all saw them fighting in in-game footage. But no Lex Luthor. Because that's who Superman was eye-beaming to death.
Odd. Unless that was for cinematic purposes only.
Possibly, because they had an odd number of characters for the in-game footage, and they needed somebody for Superman to be kind of eye-beaming to death. So why not Lex Luthor? And also another point, they have Harley Quinn, but no Joker yet. Why no Joker?
Probably depends on what time frame they decide to set it on.
Well, with this, there apparently from the overall tone of it and kind of the stuff that's suggested in the trailer is heroes not heroes anymore. It's kind of akin to the Injustice League a little bit from DC Comics, which are all evil versions of heroes. So you have the evil version of Batman called Owlman, I believe. That's the only one I can remember. Because that was a Batman Brave and the Bold episode that I watched that dealt with that. That's kind of what they're going for, is heroes kind of not giving two fucks anymore about the whole morality thing and just fucking doing whatever the hell they want. Which, kind of a cool concept.
Yeah.
I've got my interest is peaked right now, but I'm going to need a lot more to go on, and hopefully we'll get a lot more at E3. Plus, you got NetherRealm behind it, which means you'll have a solid fighting game system under it.
Well, what makes me wonder, is it going to be just the classic two people side scroll fighter, or is it going to be a little more in depth?
From the looks of the gameplay footage, it looks very much like how the Mortal Kombat game was set up, which is the 2.5D fighting system. You know, it's a 2D plane that they're fighting on, but it's 3D models, 3D backgrounds, 3D everything else.
Right. I don't really like that idea. I mean, I would see more benefit if they could do like some kind of a, say like a battle arena where you could have like 4 or 8 or however many people you wanted together and all of you kind of brawling it out.
That would be cool to have just an arena where a bunch of people are just fighting it out. You can immediately go to whoever opponent you want. But Mortal Kombat has dipped into the 3D fighting game, like Soul Calibur. Kind of like what you're talking about, but it's still just 1 versus 1. And that really didn't work for them for a while. Which is why the new Mortal Kombat was back to the classic back and forth fighting gameplay.
To each their own.
But moving on from there, onto the other big comic company. A shock and a half for some of us who actually know the history of the Marvel MMO. We are getting another Marvel MMO in the style of Diablo. And it's a free-to-play PC game.
And according to this, should be out sometime soon.
But do you remember the old Marvel MMO that was kind of rumored at the same time the DC MMO was?
No.
Well, DC Universe, at the same time that was first being talked about, there was a Marvel MMO being talked about. And we only got one trailer out of it. No gameplay, just a bunch of what looked like statues of various Marvel heroes and villains. I can't remember what company was behind it. But that was eventually cracked because I believe the company went out of business. So all hopes of a Marvel MMO went down the drain. So this comes out of the blue. And for me, it's shocking because I'm like, wait, Marvel MMO? A Marvel MMO? What? And we also got a trailer even that shows some gameplay.
We running the trailer?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes. 3, 2,
Hang on.
1.
Okay.
Go. And this is about... I don't know if Gazillion's done anything else that I can remember of, but this does look cool. And we got Iron Man looking a little bit like his Avenger self. Spider-Man, Colossus, Emma Frost, Dr. Doom. We even got Deadpool. And Captain America. And Wolverine. And Hulk and Magneto confirmed as characters. We don't know Scarlet Witch 2.
Victor Von Doom begins.
I have no no clue what the hell's going on, but we got all these different characters showing up. Diablo has gameplay, but to me, as someone who's played Marvel Ultimate Alliance, reminds me a lot more of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which is nothing but good.
Yeah, I was getting that feeling too.
It's like, wait, we're taking Marvel Ultimate Alliance to the next level and making it an MMO.
Awesome.
I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I don't know how the fuck this works, but yes.
I want. That's all there is to it. I want.
As long as, hell, I think the best thing they could do is be like, okay, we're going to take everyone who's ever been in a Marvel Ultimate Alliance game already, including DLC. We're going to have all those characters there, and then we're just going to throw in everyone from X-Men Legends, and then just go even further and be like, we're going to throw in random other people, like, dude, anyone else who's been an Avenger, or anyone else who's on X-Men. Who else? Oh, let's throw in that, oh, crap, what was the name of them? Rocket Raccoon's team. I can't remember what team he's on. But throw in Rocket Raccoon and his team and all these other characters. And I'll be like, yes, yes, yes. I love anything that just takes the Avengers, the concept of Avengers, and is like, we're just going to throw in everyone else as well. But I'm so excited for this. Hey, free to play, so I'm like, just tell me when and I'll be in. But we got two articles to end out with. First up, we've got we got more news from Frag Nation, and finally we're going to end off with a little bit of transition because Konami's E3 press conference, well, not really a press conference, more like a video package, debuted late last night, and I got to see it.
Okay. I'm ready on the fragged one. Whenever you are.
I can't.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Why can't you?
I don't have access.
Pardon me, folks, as I do what I need to do, because I do stupid.
Well, in the meantime, I can talk about my accounts of Ghost Recon Future Soldier from when I rented it.
Go for it. Because this will take a second.
Pretty cool game. Story's kind of basic-ish. Has a few little cool moments, and that's kind of it. Good tight controls, which is really good. AI that is not absolutely fucking retarded. It's an AI that will spot enemies every chance it gets. It will never get detected. Never get detected by the enemy. I swear to God. And we'll be more than happy to say, oh, there's an enemy at 12 o'clock. Like, really? Oh, there is. Multiplayer, yeah, it ticked me off more often than not, but, it's a multiplayer that you really want and need a team to go into. Now I'm ready with the Frag Nation stuff.
Yeah. Don't remind me. I did it again.
Did what?
Forgot something. Okay. Anyhow, now that we're ready... Can't believe I screwed that up. You want to start since I did last week, or how?
Yes, I'll start off. First up, we've got EQ Machine as game director for Counter-Strike. I don't know.
Global Offense. I believe.
Global events for the PC. I only guessed Counter-Strike because it was CS and PC.
That was a good guess, then. We've got FN Descent as game director for Minecraft on PC, which I still don't understand why we've got PC Minecraft and not Xbox Minecraft.
Wait. What form of multiplayer are you running for fucking Minecraft?
I have no earthly idea. I didn't even know Minecraft could be competitive. I just happened to see it and I was like, okay.
The only thing I can think of is the Hunger Games mod that I've seen run. Where you can have people actually compete in a Hunger Games like setting against each other.
I don't know if it's like that or if it's like they have to build something or what, but
We need two things right now. One, we need clarification on this one, and two, I must see a stream of this on the Frag Nation channel.
yeah, that would be nice.
I must see this competitive Minecraft multiplayer thing because this baffles me and interests me all at the same time. Moving on. Congrats to TSC Goat for becoming a referee for Modern Warfare 3 on the 360.
Congrats to Chaotix for becoming a referee on Halo Combat Evolved for the PC.
And again, Chaotix is also a referee for Nexus?
Yep.
Okay, on the PC. It's disease that made me go, wait, what?
And actually, that game looks pretty good. It puts you in mind of like Quake Live and Unreal Tournament.
Oh.
But it looks, in my opinion, better. My opinion there. I know someone would get mad at me, especially from Frag Nation, but my opinion there.
Wait, Zack Ryder won a match? Wait, what blasphemy is this?
Okay.
Okay.
You're getting off topic.
I'm sorry, Zack Ryder won a match. He hasn't won a match in like 3 months.
And congrats to TG Budgie for becoming the head admin on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for the 360. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is that the last one, or is there one more?
No, there was the admin name, admin
Okay,
thingy.
that was the last one. So, on to the next topic, then.
Yes. We have a breakdown of everything that happened from the Konami video package. I refuse to call it a press conference because it was not a press conference.
They called it a press conference.
It's a video package.
But they called it a press conference.
It was a 30-plus minute video package updating you on various things.
Looks like all it was videos.
Why do you think I called it a video package? I'll just go down the list of what all happened, since I actually watched this. Because Screw Attack quote-unquote streamed it, but it was actually Game Trailer's copy of it. Yeah, that wasn't a stream. That was Game Trailer's copy of it that you embedded the video of. Bravo, Screw Attack.
When in doubt, use other means of resources.
They started off talking about social gaming, Konami's efforts and all that. Nothing interesting there. Moved into Pro Evolution Soccer 2013. Had some stuff on that. Again, not a whole lot to cover there. It's Pro Evolution Soccer 13. If you're into that, you are. If you're not, then not much there.
Yeah.
Then the two kind of more interesting things that got brought up. First and foremost, the Zone of the Enders HD collection that will be coming out soon. They did a lot of work on that one because I saw the comparisons they were doing between the original footage and what this HD collection is going to look like. Oh, good lord, they've updated that game a lot.
Huh.
I think this is original PS1 games.
Whoa.
Coming out for PS3 and 360. And they look gorgeous. Also, we got more looks at Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance. That game that stars Raiden in all the slicing and dicing and tricing of enemies that you could ever want and or need in a game. Literally, in this game, you can slice a dude into pieces. You slice his left arm off, then his right arm, then both his legs, then you slice his head off, then you slice his body in half, and just mince it any which way you want. Early access demo for Revengeance will also come in the Zodiacs HD collection. They did not say that during the conference, if I remember. That came afterwards. A little bit of stuff on the Metal Gear Solid 25th anniversary. A lot of the collections are going to be released coming out of that. They also kicked it off at the Smithsonian exhibit for video games, which I really want to go to. I think that's so cool. They also showed a new trailer for Revengeance. This is right there.
We hit or no?
No. I think we've covered Revengeance here. Yeah, we covered it when we did the VGAs, because that's when we got our first look at it.
Oh, when we did that with the game with Rift Tracks.
Yeah. It was that game. That game's coming to 13, and it will be playable at E3. And finally, we got what were the biggest surprises, kind of, out of the Konami video package. We've got a sequel to Castlevania Lords of Shadows, and we got finally got confirmation on the rumor of the Castlevania 3DS title that we'll probably get more looks at the Nintendo press conference. But we will play the Lords of Shadow trailer, because that's probably the most interesting trailer and the most you can talk about when it comes to anything out of this video package.
Alright, I'm ready whenever you are.
3, 2, 1, go. Now, there is no gameplay in this at all whatsoever. If there is, paint me surprised, because this damn sure doesn't look like it. Also, spoilers for anyone who didn't play Lords of Shadow 1 and know how that game ended. But, as far as I understand, this game picks up after Lords of Shadows. Gabriel Belmont, a Belmont that predates all existing Belmonts in Castlevania history, is essentially Dracula, which is what this beginning bit's kind of showing. And people are not happy about him, as we are about to see. Anything else of that, I don't know about. Except for one thing we're not going to get to until the end of this trailer. actually is really cool for Gabriel, showing him still kind of being a Belmont with the whip powers, only they're demonic in a fashion. And yeah, he is an actual vampire. And oh yeah, he turned to the smoking, flaming dragon thing that takes down a giant mechanical thing. You know, like actual vampires should do, not sparkle. Yes, I have to make a smack at Twilight any chance I get.
They weren't vampires, they're sparkly fairies.
Now, this guy, I'm assuming is Alucard. Assuming. Because white-haired, using a sword, seems to not really be afraid of Dracula. Not really. So, again, I don't know who's playable in this game. I don't know if we're playing as the Dracula, as Gabriel Belmont, as he slowly becomes the Dracula we all know and kind of love from the Castlevania series, or if we play as Alucard, as he tries to take down Dracula.
That'd be interesting there.
Yeah. Probably the most interesting one outside of the second Castlevania game for 3DS that we're gonna get at Nintendo. Overall, I'd say Konami kind of boring because not a whole lot of interest in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I'd venture to say the new Metal Gear Solid and Castlevania were probably the highlight of it.
Yeah. And for fans of the old Zone Enders for an HD collection, that's really cool. Me, I'm like, Zone Enders. All I know is that it's one of those franchises that everyone likes to talk about. And everyone wants a third one too, because there's only 2 games. But that'll wrap up everything that has happened in the past couple of weeks. A lot of stuff has happened.
Oh, yeah.
But we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our big topic discussion as we look at the E3 press conferences and anything else on the floor, plus the releases and quick draws of the week. Be on the back to the Gaming Saloon as we get started on our big topic discussion of E3.
Yay, E3.
We're pretty much going to start off with the big stuff first, the press conferences. First up, Microsoft, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know they're broadcasting it on Xbox Live, and I believe Spike's also got broadcasting rights on this one too.
I don't know, and I also know someone's got someone on Twitch has broadcasting rights. I know they've only
It's
got
probably G4, because G4's had streaming rights for a couple of years now, as far as I know.
Xbox Live. I know has got Microsoft because that's where the link's headed to there.
But thoughts going into Microsoft. It's kind of obvious what are going to be the big talking points.
We know the big three.
Yeah.
We've done established that in this episode even.
And then the question is, what of those three are we going to see? Probably going to see a single player demo for all three of them.
That would be nice. And as far as in terms of Halo 4, I would like to actually see some multiplayer. Because, I mean, there's been so many questions we've had in just the past, 5 episodes?
Yeah. I'm willing to go out on a limb and say we're going to get a multiplayer or co-op demo at the conference. If not that, it will be playable on the floor, considering we've seen working builds of at least the multiplayer.
Yeah. And they've already established the fact they've got the campaign, well, the story for the campaign done. It's just finishing it. So I could probably see them wanting to do some kind of a single player in their press conference and then maybe having the multiplayer out on the floor.
Yeah. And probably showing it off at a lot of the big websites that are going to have them stream it.
I could probably see it being done that way.
I wouldn't guarantee a multiplayer demo at the conference, but I'd be willing to go out on a limb and say we'd see it. I'd say we're getting trailer and single player of all three of these.
Yeah. And that's been something they've always done as far as Call of Duty goes.
Yeah.
Because I remember Black Ops, they did the trailer and then they did some single player.
Actually, I think Call of Duty will open us up, because I think they've done that the past 2 years. If I remember. I remember at least Black Ops opened us up. I'm trying to remember if Modern Warfare 2 opened us up for the press conference. Not Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3.
I don't know, honestly. I didn't get to see that one.
I'm wanting to think they did.
They probably did. I mean, it stands to reason they have a popular yet not overpowering game to open it up.
Yeah.
And you look, with Black Ops, that was also when they had Reach. So that stood to reason they let Black Ops open up. That way it was a big teaser there, and they could end with their big ticket.
Just going outside those big three, I'm going to say we're probably going to get a lot of Kinect stuff, because Kinect's here to stay.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, the Kinect hype's kind of building down.
I think Microsoft's wanting to stick with Kinect at least for now, and maybe have it there for the new console, have some type of compatibility.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. And if and when they do make a new console, it's probably not going to be a huge jump like it was between the Xbox and the 360.
Especially considering we're probably going to get the consoles next year, or at least announcements of them from Microsoft and Sony.
I'd say at least announcements. Sony might go ahead and try to release theirs next year, but I'd say at least announcements. Because let's face it, in light of the PS3 fiasco a while back, they'll probably try their darndest to get it out next year, but they might not.
I only say Kinect because Piermont Nuke's probably gonna get a spot with his Fable game because Mall Nuke is like guaranteed a spot at Microsoft's press conference at this point, no matter what he's selling.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not gonna say anything about the Kinect.
Yeah.
They're gonna say something about it. I'm sure there's some implementation in one, if not all three, of the big games.
Yeah.
I know that's gonna come out. It's just gonna be if they try to dwell on it like they have. I don't think they will.
I think the only other major thing, since I can't really see any surprises coming out of Microsoft, is Xbox Live stuff.
Yeah.
We had an article on the 420 episode talking about further monetization of Xbox Live.
Yeah, what are they meaning by that?
Yeah, this is the time that they're gonna explain that. Explain, okay, what is this further monetization? Are we getting a brand new currency system? Are we actually moving to money? Are we changing
having
up
to?
prices on stuff?
Yeah. If we are changing our prices, is it going to be up or down? I mean, all these big questions that everyone's been wondering. I think that's going to be, outside of the gaming, I think that's going to be the major there.
We're also talking, even with Xbox Live, we're also talking about arcade stuff coming out for the arcade. Anything possibly tied to Xbox Live when it comes to DLC or stuff like that could get a spotlight. I could see Skyrim being big enough to where, we're going to give Dawnguard a spotlight because we can.
I could, but that might still be a stretch there because that is multi-system.
Yeah.
I mean, that might not necessarily get a spot.
Any kind of conference spotlight.
It might get a mention in all of them.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to get a big spotlight.
Yes, outside of all that, any other games we kind of expect to see at Microsoft's press conference? Anything else multi-platform like Assassin's Creed 3 or stuff like that?
I can't think of really anything that I can think of. Because, I mean, there again, you get back to Assassin's Creed, that's not going to necessarily be Microsoft's big thing.
But it will be Ubisoft's fucking thing.
Exactly. That's going to be their ticket home.
It's moving off Microsoft onto one of the not big three who have a press conference. EA's press conference, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Is there anything going to be surprising out of EA? Because two of their what were going to be surprise titles have already been announced. Dead Space 3 and Need for Speed Most Wanted remake.
Yeah.
They've been announced. So what does EA have under their coat? Nothing sports title-wise is going to be surprising because those are yearly shit.
Yeah.
Guess if I were to look at the big games list, I mean, Medal of Honor's probably going to be there.
Well, yeah, I didn't think about that one.
Medal of Honor Warfire, I guess. I haven't really heard much of Medal of Honor Warfire. Probably some Battlefield 3 stuff. Crisis 3.
Definitely some Battlefield 3. There's no question about that. That game hit and skyrocketed.
Maybe some SimCity. Outside that, probably a little bit of mobile gaming since EA's into that. Maybe some touches from their other companies like BioWare or places like that. Maybe some Old Republic gets mentioned, and that game gets talked about with that DLC.
I think we all know what that game is.
And that DLC is.
But we're not going to mention that game here. We've finally gotten away from that game for a while.
Yeah, but EA is really not. EA, I don't think we'll have surprises from because they've been very formulaic in the past couple of I've seen. Open up with some mobile gaming stuff, kind of go with the sports games, one right after the other, after the other, after the other, hit them all, end with the big gamer stuff, and maybe end on a surprise out of the blue of whatever that surprise may be. Anything else you can think of for EA?
Not really.
Yes, moving on from there, Ubisoft, 3 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. Ubisoft may have some surprises in store for us.
They might, but I know one that won't be a surprise.
Assassin's Creed.
Yep. They might talk about Future Soldier some.
Maybe some add-on stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe announce a DLC off that. Far Cry 3 is definitely going to get a spotlight. And some of the other stuff that IGN's predicting, IGN's got listed that's going to be there. Rayman Legends, Rocksmith, Shoot Media Storm, that's all going to be there. Those probably all will be parts of the press conference. I guess outside that, I know a Splinter Cell game's kind of rumored, kind of floating around there, so maybe a new Splinter Cell. Kind of, maybe, maybe not. This rumor hasn't been debunked yet. This is the time where you wonder about rumors. What do you think?
I don't know, really.
I kind of like to see a new Splinter Cell. I kind of like Conviction from what I've played, which is weird because I don't think many people like Conviction. I like a new End War because I liked End War. As long as it doesn't involve Kinect, because I'd like to actually play it. Here's our title I can bring. The new Rainbow Six.
Yeah, I was
That's
just thinking about that.
That new Rainbow Six that we haven't talked about or heard anything about ever since that article talking about the staff being changed up. We might get a reappearance of that.
Or at least a little more insight.
Yeah, of how far is it off that initial look of it? Because I'm definitely more interested of, okay, we know the staff has been heavily changed since then. What's happened?
Is this an idea just to toss out the window, or is it almost there, or what?
It pretty much hits on everything Ubisoft will have. Again, Ubisoft can have surprises. The surprises we kind of are expecting. But outside that, we got no clue.
I'd venture to say, in light of how big they're known for Tom Clancy games, there might be something that we don't know much about or anything about that they'll pop out.
Yeah. Moving on from there, Sony will have their press conference 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time.
Which will be the only one from Monday that we can guarantee we won't be able to cover.
Because we'll be talking about those three while we're watching this. So I'll guarantee you my Twitter will be blowing up all the shits while we're doing that show.
And I guarantee it to you, we're going to have such a hard time trying to get through that one.
It's be like, oh, well, this is what happened to Microsoft. Oh, Sony just announced something. Microsoft. Here's something Sony else announced. Blah, 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 blah. Sony, blah, blah, blah. Sony, blah, blah, blah. Sony.
And it's going to be a case of we might as well just do Sony while we're at it, because you're going to see something on your Twitter and it's going to be like, ooh, Sony. And it's going to be like, we're off topic.
So I guess thoughts going into Sony's press conference.
I don't really know what's going big as far as PS and Vita and all that right now.
I'm gonna say probably the big points are gonna be stuff coming to PlayStation Network. I know the rumor about PlayStation really diving head for PlayStation doing a lot with cloud when it comes to PlayStation Network, so they're probably gonna talk about that since everyone's been kind of hinting at that rumor. A lot of PlayStation Vita.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll be smart and put Persona 4 the Golden up there just to make me happy.
Ooh. I just thought of one that they'll probably do something about.
God of War.
The Last of Us.
Yes, the Last of Us is definitely going to be one of those because Naughty Dog has had starring roles for Sony's press conference. They did last year with Uncharted 3. They had all the time in the world for that Uncharted 3 demo, but it was still awesome. It was a gorgeous demo.
And I know one thing. Naughty Dog's never let anyone down.
No.
Never.
So Last of Us is going to have a big spot. The new God of War will have a big spot, probably showcasing the multiplayer of that one, which still baffles me. Yes, you heard me right. God of War.
Yeah, I remember us looking at that.
That'll have a spot. Again, Vita will probably have a lot of time to talk about because that's the big handheld console. They're going up against Nintendo's 3DS. They want to try to hit that mobile market right now.
Yeah. Which, that's smart. You look. Nintendo right now is really on crutches. Honestly speaking. Because they are trying their darndest to stay in the consoles.
Yeah.
The only thing that's really holding them is their handhelds right now. If Sony comes in, if Sony comes in, manages to take that away from them, that's one out of the money right there. I don't ever think that would happen, but I could understand why Sony wants to push handhelds.
Yeah. Another game they're probably going to have a lot of time to talk about, the PlayStation All-Stars. That's going to be a huge marquee one for them.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Probably going to get
something about that just... It seems so much like Super Smash Brothers in so many ways.
It's the fighting system. It's what's got me irked is the whole fighting system of what it is. And that's probably what's bugging you too.
Yeah.
Not just that it's a lot of Smash Bros. Comparisons, it's that fighting system that's like, this doesn't fit.
Not at all.
We're probably going to get character announcements, a.k.a. the two that should have been there from the get-go. Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter are going to get announced, especially since Ratchet and Clank will have a spotlight there with Insomniac.
Yeah.
And hand in hand, Insomniac will probably also be there with what they announced last year at, I think, EA's press conference, maybe? Or at least they'll be there at EA's with an update on that game. But the new Ratchet & Clank game we just talked about today, that'll be there. That'll have a spotlight. Ratchet & Clank will be announced for PlayStation All-Stars. Jak and Daxter will be as well. If not, they're stupid because they have a stage. That is Jak and Daxter. I know an article a little bit back that Nolan North did some voice acting work recently. And that's been said that, Nathan Drake is going to be in PlayStation All-Stars, or Naked Snake, since he plays both characters. And Cole from Infamous, his voice actor, recently said he was doing some work.
So that's three more possibilities, technically.
Yeah. And again, guess what anniversary it is as well? 25th anniversary Metal Gear. Again, they're probably going to say Snake's in there as well. Probably the original Snake, not the Snake from MGS4.
Yeah.
Nothing outside that. What else we could see from Sony?
Sony's really more your end.
Yeah. Probably probably that Little Big Planet kart racing game that I've seen a little bit about. That'll probably get some time. Because Sony loves them Little Big Planet so much. That'll probably get some time. Probably a few more surprises here and there that we're not really expecting. That we don't know anything about. Not like I can predict anything. Anything we could predict or could say is going to be there as a surprise is either been done already, aka Twisted Metal, or is kind of too far out there. And I can't think of what's too far out there. Yeah, Persona 5. Persona 5 gets announced for PlayStation 3. I'd shit my pants at that point. I'm sorry, I would shit my pants at that point. Because I'm like, Persona 5 on PS3? Yes, 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 yes. I don't care if I have to port this. Yes, yes, yes. Anything else?
Like I said, that's more your end.
I know it seems like we're kind of speeding through this, but...
Really? We kind of are. I mean...
E3 stuff's kind of written on the wall if you know where to look when it comes to stuff. If you kind of pay attention to recent articles, pay attention to the rumor mill, you can see what's going to happen already.
Way before it happens.
Yeah. The only thing there are the surprises we don't hear anything about. But moving on from there, finally we get to a press conference on a different day than Monday. Tuesday, June 5th. Nintendo's press conference, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. I think it goes without saying Wii U will dominate the press conference.
Might throw in something about 3DS, but yeah, Wii U's probably going to take it over.
I mean, we're talking about a console that's coming out this year. A console we know nothing about when it comes to the games it's going to have at launch. It'd be stupid if Nintendo's like, oh, we're not going to talk about the Wii U right now.
It looks to me like, as always, there's going to be a Mario game come out with the Wii U.
I believe it's going to be a kind of like the new Super Smash Brothers, the 4-player one. It came out on the Wii not too long ago.
I don't know.
Looks to be a little bit like that.
I don't know. I know on IGN's big game list, as far as what Nintendo themselves have, they've got Pikmin 3 and Super Mario Wii U. So...
Yeah, that Super Mario Wii U is what I'm talking about. I know I've seen a picture of that where you can actually have the Miis in there as characters. I believe it's what IGN's kind of referencing to, because that's what is all kind of already known. Pikmin 3's already been announced, and I'm kind of happy for that Pikmin 3's finally getting the appearance at E3 after everyone's been saying, oh, Pikmin 3's coming to this E3, and this, and that E3, and this E3, and that E3, and not happening. I can't tell you the number of times that's happened. But Wii U will dominate this. I disagree with the guys at Retopia TV last night when they did their Q&A that Wii U won't be as big of a hit at E3 as it's going to be. I disagree. Nintendo has the eyes and ears of most of the gaming industry right now with E3. Most of the American market. They have the eyes and ears of most of that American gaming market. Now is the perfect time to come out with the Wii U and show what the Wii U can do truly gaming-wise. Because last year, we really didn't get games.
Hey,
What we got last year was tech demos.
you know, I'm gonna hate saying this, but I have a funny feeling you're gonna be right as far as Nintendo and their Connect spiel. Look at what I've got highlighted.
Oh yeah, the Dragon Ball Z for Connect. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Oh god, that game's gonna suck.
I can tell by the name of it that game's gonna suck.
You should see the trailer for it.
I probably don't have to.
You actually have to do the Kamehameha pose to do it. You gotta do the Kamehameha pose to do the Kamehameha.
That game is gonna be stupid. But that's gonna get right back to what you were saying about Microsoft and them idolizing the Kinect.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it again.
Yeah, I just don't see why the Wii U is not going to be a major part of this press conference. It's stupid. And they were saying, Nintendo's kind of like Apple, where they kind of like to leave stuff there. Bullshit.
No.
Bull crap.
No.
They announced Super Mario Bros. Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS last year in an interview. An interview at the conference.
Well, and if I remember right,
Bullshit.
Nintendo's always been ones to drop some of their information.
Yeah, they'll drop. They won't like go full out and reveal stuff.
Like
They'll drop information.
Sony did a few years ago with the PlayStation Move.
Oh, yeah.
When they completely just, here it is.
The worst kept secret in E3 history. Which says something, because E3 is all about what's not kept secret. Wait, who spilled the beans on this, and this?
That was, though. I was sitting there watching it, and I was thinking, oh my god, they're just letting everyone know everything about this before it comes out. Wow.
Again, I go back to the one thing about the Wii U we don't know. We know what it looks like. We know what the controller looks like. We know what it is. We don't know
I don't even call it a controller.
Yeah.
Don't even call it a controller around me. A controller does not have a screen.
We don't know what actual games run off of. Even that trailer back at last year's E3, none of that was running off the Wii U engine. None of that was running off Wii U's. That was running off other consoles. That Darksider 2 that was in there, that was running off a 360 or a PS3.
Huh.
Check that trailer and check the text on it. That was running off a different console. We know nothing of what games run like on the Wii U. Nothing. We only know the tech demos from last year. Those are not actual games. If they are, they're going to be bundled up just like Wii Sports.
Well, that brings another question. Everyone's trying to move stuff to the cloud.
Right.
Is the Wii U going to actually have discs? Or are you going to have a code where you've got to be online to download your game? Or not even download, but play from the cloud?
That's another question we have. We know nothing about the actual console that is the Wii U. We only know about the tablet that we use to control the games. That's all we know. We know nothing else about the Wii U. We don't know pricing. We don't know dates. We don't know the exact day of release. All we know is it's coming out this year.
Yeah, and by this year, that could be November. That could even be really early to mid-December.
Yeah, it's going to be Christmas time this year, but we don't know an exact date. You were stupid. No offense, but you're stupid if you think that Wii U's not going to be the major talking point. Why do you think Microsoft and Sony, or actually Sony, who historically has their press conference the day of Nintendo's, before Nintendo has theirs, all of a sudden moving it to Monday? Why do you think EA and Ubisoft, who also have had their press conferences on different days than Microsoft's, are having theirs on Monday? Why do you think everyone who has a press conference is doing theirs the day before Nintendo's?
Nintendo's is going to last the longest and have the most information. That's all there is to it.
What do you think also, since I don't think Nintendo's ever had a morning press conference. Or if they have, it's been kind of more noonish. They're having theirs right in the morning.
If I remember right, the year I watched it, they were like that evening.
I'm telling you people, all the signs are right there. Sony knows it. Microsoft knows it. Wii U is going to be what everyone's talking about Tuesday. Doesn't matter what the fuck else is on that floor. Everyone's going to be talking about what's the Wii U and what's on it. I'm betting money, cold, hard cash on this one. I am not wrong. If I am wrong, Nintendo is an idiot for doing so.
Nintendo's got something big. What exactly is a question, but they've got something big.
Yeah.
And I'm almost wondering if with the Wii U they're going to try to throw something with the cloud. Because that was the whole thing with the last big dashboard update that Microsoft had.
Or a whole bunch of online stuff akin to a PlayStation Network or an Xbox Live, because that's the one thing Nintendo's always been missing is a really good internet, a really good online service.
But they don't necessarily have to have that. They've proven that. They don't have to have it. It would help them.
Yeah.
And it would keep them in the same game as the other two. But they've proven you don't have to have that community that the individual gamers just managing to meet each other can become that community. So
maybe what they may go for in that sense is maybe a more streamlined, maybe cutting down a little bit on the Nintendo Wii numbers, the online number stuff, maybe cutting that down, maybe doing something a little bit better with it.
Yeah.
That's what I really hope, is that they do something a little bit better with what they got.
Maybe something a little more streamlined instead of just abstract.
And a little bit cumbersome to have to remember like a 12 or 14 digit number.
Yeah.
Because that sucks at times. But that'll wrap up our coverage of the conferences. Now on to, thankfully provided by IGN, a huge list of titles that are going to be at E3 as far as we know right now. And this will only get bigger. Only get bigger. Guess I'll just go down the list, just picking out some stuff. Black Ops 2 is definitely going to be those marquee titles.
Yeah.
As much as people not like Call of Duty, it's going to be a big hit among websites because it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty, that's it right there. I mean, from Frag Nation standpoint, Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 are still two of the bigger games. And that's not just like this platform. No. All the platforms that it's on.
It's their bread and butter for traffic.
Yeah.
It's the bread and butter for any competitive gaming website's traffic is the Call of Duties.
And Activision knows that and knows that there's still competitive gamers out there. That might be why they say they don't need to do anything to the engine, they just need to tweak it.
A title we saw last year, but we haven't seen anything since, Spec Ops The Line. definitely had an interesting concept with the whole sand stuff and the whole game being taking place in this kind of run-down desert place. Really haven't seen anything since then. Hopefully we see something else, because I know I've been seeing ads for it in front of videos. Borderlands 2, I know a few people, they're gonna be like, oh my god, Borderlands 2, tell me what to tell me.
Yeah.
NBA 2K13, definitely gonna be something there for sports fans. Skylander Giants, that's gonna be something to look out for. With as big as a hit Skylanders has been,
Yeah, that's gonna.
let's see where they take it. Because I know the one thing, there's one thing I know about Skylanders Giants. We're getting bigger figures. I'm not sure how much bigger, but we're getting bigger figures.
Is it gonna be like a sequel or an expansion though?
I think it's a sequel, but you can use all previous Skylanders in this, I believe.
So essentially a backwards compatible sequel?
To an extent, yeah. I'm trying to remember the article from like 7 months ago. They first talked about it.
That would actually be interesting then.
Transformers Fall Cybertron, yes. I can't say yes enough. I want to see this. Really excited for Fall Cybertron, even though I haven't played War for Cybertron. I really need to, but nobody's selling it for the price I want. But they are selling freaking LA Noir for $20 at Kmart.
Whoa.
$20. I'm like, what? That is a borderline steal at that point. Yes, Team Bondi is out of business, but oh good lord.
That's still a steal though.
$20 for what you're getting out of LA Noir? Pick the game up. If you haven't.
I mean, that game easily could still be a $40, $50 game just for content alone.
Prices. That's a big topic discussion. It's fucking prices.
Yeah.
Guess what around there? Amazing Spider-Man. Movie tie-in. Fucking movie tie-in.
Movie to game transitions never work.
Oh. But hey, we got Atlas at an E3, which is kind of rare, with a Persona 4 game. Actually, just a Persona game, which is super rare. It's Persona 4 Arena, Persona 4 Gold, and I am happy because I'm gonna get Persona 4 Arena when it comes out.
Which,
I'm not gonna get.
Guess what? I smell a Sony press conference discussion there.
It'd be super cool if Atlas comes out and be like, "We're gonna show you. We're gonna have these two guys fight it out live on this stage in Persona 4 Arena." I'm like, yes. I'll start. If I was in the crowd, I'd start a Daniel Bryan chant right there. Just yes. Bethesda kind of expected Elder Scrolls Online. Hasn't looked that good. Good concept, but not looking good. Dishonored looks cool. No, nothing about Doom 3 BFG edition. And Dawnguard we've already talked about. Capcom stuff. Ooh. Resident Evil 6. That can make a conference appearance at any time.
Oh yeah.
Lost Band 3, same deal. That can make an appearance because Capcom has that kind of pull. Devil May Cry, even though it's been pushed back to 2013, yeah. Street Fighter vs. Tekken, we'll definitely see that at Sony's press conference if they're doing a lot of Vita. Whole bunch of EA stuff, a lot will be already kind of touched on.
Yeah.
World Series of Poker for the iOS. Why don't they just come out with World Series of Poker game for the consoles? I kind of like those. Yeah, I picked up I played World Series of Poker games on consoles. I like them. Uh, they're still making Rock Band games?
Yeah.
What? Wow.
Well, that's an arcade game.
Gee.
Yeah.
I'm so shocked because
XBLA and PSN, so yeah.
I thought the whole music game part of the gaming industry kind of crashed after a while. Because Guitar Hero officially got kind of put on the shelf by Activision. So Rock Band's the only, like, living music franchise.
And apparently not living that good.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for it to become an arcade, yeah. Apparently not living that good.
Brick Force. I've actually watched a review from Chaos D1 on his MMO Grinder video series on that one. Looks kind of cool. Needs work, but it looks kind of cool. Konami, Metal Gear Solid Rising, and Castlevania games. Kind of already touched on them.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about Dragon Commander or Divinity Original Sin.
I'm wanting to say I've heard of Divinity, but I don't know much about it, so.
Here's something from LucasArts I saw on GTTV on their countdown. Star Wars 1313. All they really said that meant something was you get to play as a bounty hunter in this game, and it takes place on Coruscant. And that's it. We'll see more on GTTV's coverage for 1313. I believe we're going to get a reveal on that one, some gameplay stuff on that one from them. That's kind of it. I kind of want to see where it goes. A bounty hunter Star Wars game would be kind of cool, and a nice change of pace from a bunch of other Star Wars games, like Force Unleashed in recent years. I still want a Battlefield 3, or not Battlefield 3, Battlefront 3, because screw you people, Battlefront 3 looks so good in all the leaked stuff. I'm sorry. Just synchronized ground and space combat and the ability to go in between those two theaters. Such a good concept, and it looked like it was so good. It worked so good, and damn it, Pandemic, why'd you go out of business? I've seen stuff for Double Dragon Neon.
That series is an old series.
It looks to, I believe it's supposed to be a reboot or a remake with a whole new graphics package on that one.
Huh.
Baller Beats reminds me of NBA Street in title, and if it's exactly like the old NBA Streets, I may buy into that one because I love those games. Microsoft touched on that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
We've touched on Microsoft big time.
Star Trek the game. Strangely enough, a movie tie-in game that's coming out like a couple years after the movie already premiered. And it's the new Star Trek. You seen that movie?
No.
No. That's pretty much what it is. Tekken Tag Tournament 2. I think I've seen a little bit of that. Don't know anything about Wrath of the White Witch. Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition. That says a lot about that game. I know everyone says Dark Souls is good, but there's one little teensy-wincy problem. I don't want to play a game that busts my fucking balls every 5 minutes. Dragon Ball Z Connect. Oh god, that's a disaster waiting to happen. One Piece Pirate Warriors. I've seen stuff for this. Here's the best way I can sum it. Dynasty Warriors only in the One Piece universe, and that's a manga / anime.
Huh.
Yeah. So, if you don't like Dynasty Warriors, then prepare to not like this game. Neverwinter Raiders. I know I've heard Neverwinter, but I may be wrong on what it is. Guess what, Tommy?
What?
Guess what just came across my Twitter?
Oh God. What?
First Gears of War Judgment story details.
Well.
Pretty much we've got information that's going to be the crux of the trailer that will be at Microsoft's press conference. It'll be before the first game.
Which we already knew that.
Possibly introduces a young Marcus Phoenix because it will be younger Cole and Baird. Two new people will join Baird and Cold. And that looks to be kind of it. I know it gives dates. Let's see here. Crap. I know I saw it here. I think it's about 2 years after E-Day, maybe. Yeah, about 2 years following Emergence Day. So that puts it nearly 12 years before the first Gears of War.
Jeez.
Or as they say as they put it, more than a decade. So we're talking a long time before the first game. But back onto this topic, back onto the games. Aliens, Colonial Marines. I know some people are excited for that. It's Aliens. It's like the old Aliens vs. Predator game. Yeah, I'm not that interested. Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed. Kinda stupid what you think of the concept.
Yeah.
Sonic driving a car.
He could just outrun it.
Yeah. Not only that, it takes a page out of Diddy Kong Racing and has multiple venues, except you can do them all at the same time. So you can drive, then you can fly, then you can swim. You know what that makes me want to do? Makes me want another Diddy Kong Racing game. God damn it. Jet Set Radio on the Vita, that'll make some people excited. Psycho for Thieves in Time, I forgot to mention that one. That one will definitely make some people happy because people have been wanting a new Cyclooper game ever since they announced the HD collection last year. Soul Sacrifice for the Vita looks to be another Dark Souls game, possibly. DCO will be there, along with Free Realm, Star Wars, and all those other free-to-play MMOs.
That SOE has.
Yeah. I know they'll probably show off the new DCUO stuff that's on their main website right now. I can't remember exactly what it is. I know it involves Joker. Hitman Absolution, that'll probably be at somebody's press conference for Square Enix. Tomb Raider, same there. Don't know anything about Sleeping Dogs or Quantum Conundrum or Heroes of Ruin. I know about Kingdom Hearts 3D. That'll definitely be there. Heroes of Ruin probably will be for 3DS stuff. I know they got a new trailer out for E3, but it's a Japanese trailer with some added footage and in English. So, yeah.
Think haven't we already looked at it too?
No, I don't think we. No, we haven't because I put it. I had it in there. I was thinking about putting it in for a show, but then I realized, wait, it's the same stuff. I could just describe this, and plus it was like a. God, it was a 10-minute long trailer when I was debating it. 10th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts. A bunch of iOS stuff that I don't recognize. A Worms game coming to PS3, 360, and PC. Dead or Alive 5. I've been watching a couple of stuff that come out for that. That looks kind of cool. And Major Nelson needs a bigger bag. He is packing for E3. That may mean nothing. Pokemon Conquest, you've kind of already sold me on that game. I don't need to see more. I will go rent that from Blockbuster, since Blockbuster does rent portable games. Mugen Souls. That reminds me of that Mugen open source fighting game that's on the internet, kind of. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
It's called Mugen. Essentially, you can put in whoever the fuck you want as long as you have the animations and the ability to program the moves in. Like, I've seen Homer Simpson fight Superman. It's really ridiculous. They even have I've even seen people use Mugen to put in Kamen Riders and have a Kamen Rider fighting game that looks kind of cool.
Huh.
Darksiders 2, Metro Last Light, Company Heroes 2. Those all are pretty cool, pretty good games. I've seen I think it was Metro 2030 from a culture festival I was a part of, where we're showcasing games from different countries. Darksider 2 looks kind of cool for the simple fact of it involves the Horsemen, and I think the Horsemen are a cool mythological concept. Or religious concept, whichever one you want to call it. Don't really know anything about that. We kind of hit everything from Ubisoft. Valve will have Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And if it makes fans happy, frickin' Half-Life 3. But I doubt that.
Yeah, I highly doubt it.
The ultimate troll for Valve. Oh, we're around to Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 Part 3 eventually. At some point. Maybe.
Never.
World of Tanks and World of Warplanes. I've seen commercials for that World of Tanks.
That's a free-to-play one. I got it, but that's about it. It looked interesting, and I haven't played it yet.
F1 2012. Like Guardians of Middle Earth. That was another one they had on GTTV's countdown. Another one was Dishonored. Dishonored looks cool. Guardians of Middle Earth looks like a Lord of the Rings cash-in game, in all honesty. It gives off that feel with the trailer, especially since Legolas gets name-dropped. And guess who name-dropped Legolas this year?
Who?
Avengers. Yeah, Iron Man says that to Hawkeye in the movie. And then we got Zen Studios, the Marvel pinball games, and some Zen pinball, and some other stuff. Looks to be kind of it. THQ will probably have WWE 13 there, maybe. I hope, because I want to see a little bit more from WWE 13 in this Attitude Era mode. Anything that's not on this list that's been updated today that you want to see there, hope you see there.
I can't really think of nothing.
I'd like to see a little bit more of that Smash Brothers game at Nintendo's press conference. Maybe get a little bit more of that. That's a launch style. That will tempt me to the Wii U. Keyword being tempt.
Yeah, I was gonna say, really.
I'm like, you tempt me with Smash Brothers, but you need to do more. Far more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. That's part of the reason why I only have a 360 right now, is because I've not found too many other games.
Yeah. we're picking up on the June 5th on the dates, right? Make sure.
I believe so.
Alright.
Let me find my dates. Yeah. To what? The 15th?
You want to do a show after 4 days of E3 coverage?
It'd be a week after that. We'd have a week to recoup.
Alright. Well, then 15.
That's the good thing. It wound up right in between our shows.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm trying to get...
I think that'll do it for all our E3
Okay.
coverage. All our pre-E3 stuff. 'Cause I can't really think of anything big that I want to see there.
I can't either.
I mean, all three companies are there for Project Cross Zone, but they're not going to bring it there because there's no American announcement. I'd be happy if, like, we're bringing this to America. I'd be like, yay!
They might. You never know.
Thought they brought Pokemon Conquest out of the fucking blue, and I'm like, seriously? That'll do it for that, for our pre-E3 stuff. We're gonna move on to the releases up until our next show, which will be June 15th.
Unless we decide otherwise.
I'm gonna expand this out a little bit so I can see the dates. Plus titles. Starting off June 5th, we got Inversion for the PS3 and 360. I'll give them points for creativity on the cover art. Otherwise, I have no clue what the fuck this game is.
I have no idea.
It's going on from there. We've got Madagascar 3, the video game, coming out June 5th as well on the Wii 360 and Nintendo DS. That should be all sorts of not good.
Yeah. Movie to game never works.
It doesn't help. All I know about the freaking Madagascar 3 is polka dot, afro circus, afro, polka dot, polka dot. Just all I fucking know, because that's the only bit they ever fucking play. And it's getting annoying after a point. Is there no other way they can sell that movie?
Nope.
Also, June 5th, The Sims 3, Katy Perry's Sweet Treat. That sounds so bad.
Yeah.
Sims 3. Oh, God. June 7th, we only got one thing coming out June 7th, Cat Frenzy for the Nintendo DS. Am I the only one who thinks that is a little bit wrong?
You're not alone there.
June 12th, we got a couple of games coming out June 12th. We've got Dirt Showdown for the 360 and PS3. That's at least got a good franchise behind it.
Yeah. Whether it continues that or not's gonna be a question.
We've got Crater. I want to pull up the picture of this box art. The hell? I can't really see it, but it involves robots for the PC. That'll probably be something you can find cheap on Steam, because Steam sells shit at cheap prices. That's how they get you on that one. We got Lollipop Chainsaw coming out June 12th as well, 360 PS3. That's something I've seen a lot for, but I'm not really excited for it because it does that thing that Air Gear does. Kind of.
Gotta look at something real quick. Okay, that was... Okay.
The best way to describe it is... blonde cheerleader chick wielding a chainsaw has the decapitated head of a zombie, and she's fighting zombies at her school. Yeah, it sounds like the recipe for all sorts of badness.
Yeah.
It might be a good game under it, but that story... Solar Empire is also coming out June 12th, PC. Gungnir. I don't know how else to pronounce it except Gungnir. Gungnir sounds kind of stupid. Are also coming out June 12th, PC for Sims, and PSP for Gungnir. And for our final release date, June 15th, the day our next show is, Ghost Recon Future Soldier comes out on the PC.
Why is it the console games come out before PC games?
Because they're, I don't know. I'm not saying
Stupid?
they're stupid, but I don't know.
Because, I mean, let's face it, what's the major component in making video games? A computer. If a computer can render it, can it not play it too? I've never understood why that's always that way. If anything, I would think it would be able to be out on the PC before a console.
I don't know. Maybe they want to get the console sales in before they throw it up on the PC. Some good stuff coming out that next time. Pokemon Conquest. And I believe another tie-in game. I think. Steel Battalion Heavy Armor's got a demo out right now. I saw Screw Attack play it. It looks kind of alright. And the Secret World beta that I can't play because my graphics aren't good enough.
Wow.
Some good stuff being released that we can mention next show.
Yeah.
That'll do it for releases till our next show, and we'll end off with our quick draws. And I'm going first, and I have a Japanese thing.
Like always. You want me to play it?
Not yet. I need to explain what happened to my first one.
Okay.
Okay, I had a different one coming out, a different quick draw. If you paid attention to the RiffTrax Facebook, that was the article I posted up there. Problem is, when I checked the article today, it is gone. I don't know why. I don't know where it's gone. I'm just pissed because that was a really good article summing up everything that's wrong with WWE.
So this is your escape. Right
This
here.
is my fallback, and this is an arcade game. Keyword, arcade game in Japan that deals with Kamen Rider. And I regularly search this on a daily basis to see what new games pop up, because this has been going on for a while. That 05 right there, that's the version. Gombarai version 05 as far as I know, and as far as I understand. And I'll explain a little bit more as it's playing.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go. You might want to turn it down. Kinda loud.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Essentially with this game, you get cards every time you play. These cards have a certain rider on them. Here we have Meteor, Kamen Rider Meteor from Forza Center, Kamen Rider Dino liner form on the left, and Kamen Rider Blade on the right. Going up against 3 computer-controlled riders, if they will show Kamen Rider Kiba Emperor form, Kamen Rider O's got the Kiriba, and Kamen Rider Crimson Hibiki, going from bottom to top on the right side. But you get cards, you go 3-on-3 against computer-controlled riders, and that's all I kind of know. I'm not sure about the rest of the control schemes because no one has a guide for this. All I know is you have the wheel, you hit the buttons at a certain time, you get values. If your value is bigger than your opponent's, you get to beat them up first. Like this. And then you have special events like this that just happen randomly. I'm not sure why. You know, next summoning Jupiter, it's summoning a black hole that you punch somebody's face off with. And trust me, that's not the weirdest thing that's happened with this game. I've seen double summon the Slipper that not even, Slipper from the show, and use that as a weapon. And it's a giant one, too. That they slap the opponent around, that it gets weird. And then also, kind of the gimmicks of the show, if you have Force 8, you can change out the switches he has to give him different switches. Really cool arcade game. They also have a Daiso one for Super Sentai, which I'll probably talk about here at some point when the article I have going into a show disappears again. But that's pretty much my quick draw. But I do want to show one last thing. I need to find the time code for it. We go to about the 5-minute mark.
5 minutes?
Yeah, 5-minute mark. You can build the finisher meter that's up in the top left corner, the top right corner. And your character gets to unleash a super finisher. Keep playing it. And you can see Meteor unleash his finisher here. And as far as I know, I think every card has a specific finisher to them. Maybe. I don't know. Again, there is no guide for this shit. And yes, he is acting like Bruce Lee. That's kind of the point of the character. Of course, if you beat a regular stage, you can possibly go into a harder stage, which is where the video goes on later at the EX stage, where you get to go up against 3 Hibiki Riders. Because they're what's comes next.
Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the things about the EX stages is some of them kind of show who's gonna come next for Gamba Ride when it comes to riders, and more often than not, I feel like the computer cheats because I've never seen them lose on the never seen the computer lose on an EX stage ever. They're getting fucking perfect 300s every chance they get. That will sum up my quick draw of the week.
Okay. You want me to stop the video?
Yeah.
Alright.
I think he loses that one. And gets a triple rider kick from the Hibiki Riders.
Dang.
Yeah, you see? Perfect 300s. Didn't even try. Perfect 300s. Also, 31,000 health. You cannot get that at all regular. It almost fucking 1,000 health. That cut his health in half.
Jeez.
Like I said, these EX stages are fucking balls-ass hard. And again, this is supposed to be aimed at kids. So tell me, what is your quick draw of the week?
Well, mine is actually the Halo. Okay, good. I thought I had a notification. I was fixing to get ticked off. It's actually the Halo Combat Evolved tournament that's going on that Gaming Evolved is actually helping out with. I'm trying to get my window sized up and this is failing epically.
Wait, we're up to 32 people on this?
This is the Combat Evolved one.
Okay, that's not the,
That's not ours. No.
Oh.
But
yeah,
we're up to like 30 on ours.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Ours is actually going to turn out pretty good. It was to the point of it's time to do playoffs for for all the seasons in Reach, and I had to tell my admins not to put anything for that weekend because we were already up that big. I was not expecting that. I'll just be flat out honest there. But anyhow, this one, there's no signups currently. It's actually underway. I believe we've got 6 matches. 7 matches, it looks like. Yeah, 7 matches reported already out of 16. But the semifinals and the finals I know are going to be streamed on the Frag Nation channel. I think all the others are going to be streamed on the Game and Evolved channel. Me.
Hey, that's
He's
how you use
edited
it.
that.
Good thing they're using Frag Nation
No,
to
he
do
hasn't.
that. That's kind of cool. Here's the question: do they have shoutcasters?
Yep.
Woo!
But yeah. And the grand prize is a $20 Steam game of the winner's choice.
Which could be anything at this point. Because,
Yeah.
like, Jesus. You might be able to get Transformers War for Cybertron for $20. Maybe.
But yeah, that's kind of mine. Short, sweet, and to the point. And also, this is one of the biggest, well, this is the biggest thing that's happened for Combat Evolved so far.
Damn, that's cool.
A 32-person tournament.
That's awesome.
So, I'm kind of happy. But that does it for mine.
And that will end off this week's Gaming Saloon. Don't forget, not only will we be back June 15th for another round of the Gaming Saloon, we got more E3 coverage. Because Monday, June 4th, Monday, June 5th, 6th, and 7th, we have nightly E3 coverage where we cover anything that has happened that day when it comes to E3. June 4th, we will be covering EA, Ubisoft, and the Microsoft press conferences. Tuesday, we'll be covering Nintendo, Sony, and whatever happens for day 1 of E3. Wednesday, we'll be covering day 2, and finally, Thursday, we'll be covering day 3 and our wrap-up of E3 as a whole. Along with that, we'll be having 1-year anniversary. For our 1-year anniversary, we'll have riff tracks of every single press conference, excluding Konami's, because there's nothing riffable for Konami's. And I'm sure there's going to be riffable stuff for everyone else. Unfortunately, those will be recorded after the fact sometime later. So expect those soon. So much E3 coverage coming. Also, E3 coverage we going across Twitch as well. I know Lordcat will probably be riffing on those streams himself. I'll probably be there as well for that. No Screw Attack will have their impressions of the conferences. Game Trailers is going to have all their coverage, including Spike TV. There's coverage on Spike. IGN's got their streams. So many ways for you to get your E3 coverage if you're not there just like us. But that will wrap it up. We'll see you again June 15th, June 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th for more Gaming Saloon goodness. Also, check out the Rift Track episode that's coming out tomorrow. That's the, did I say it?
I guess we'll drop this time.
It's the Sonic Underground episode. Oh, God. Oh, y'all are gonna enjoy that episode because that's pain. That is pain.
Big time.
Check out that. We're recording the next episode tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's one should be good.
Should. But we
Yeah.
can't drop anything about it.
Yeah. But we'll see y'all then, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Peace out.
As always, you can find the Gaming Saloon on our site, thegamingsaloon.dyn. I screwed up. thegamingsaloon.dyn.org. I got .happy. You can also find us on our Twitch channel, Twitch TV/thegamingsaloon, and on our live stream, livestream.com/thegamingsaloon. Night, everyone.